Hello and welcome to the SBL Guru podcast. My name is Marty Windle. Now in this podcast, what we're going to focus on is SBL in real life. What we do is we take a concept from the SBL examination and then we try to apply it into a real life company or a real life situation. The objective of doing this is to help you to understand how to apply the theories in the exam, but also to build your commercial awareness knowledge. Strategic choice is a popular topic in the examination. It came in the September 2023 examination, where they asked you to carry out an evaluation of a proposed project in artificial intelligence. But in the exam in the past, it's popularly been used in situations where they've asked about a potential acquisition. You're going to buy another company, another organization, and we're going to look at suitability, acceptability, and feasibility to assess or evaluate the acquisition. And that's what we're going to focus on today. We're going to look at the company, I'm sure you have all heard of it before, of Facebook. Now, Facebook, as you may or may not know, in 2012, they paid $1 billion, quite a lot of money, for Instagram. So you may be using Instagram now. Originally, it was an independent company. It was acquired by Facebook. So what is the logic of the acquisition of Instagram by Facebook? Let's break it down into suitability, acceptability, and feasibility. So if we look at suitability, first of all, in the exam, when you're assessing suitability, what you focus on is the strategic logic. You can use your SWOT. Will it build on strengths, overcome weakness, take opportunity, or deal with threats? Or will it create synergy in the organization? For Instagram, at the time of 2012, it was a major threat to Facebook. It was growing very quickly, even though it had only like 19, 20 people in it. It was growing very quickly, especially in the young person demographic. Facebook saw it as a threat. The way to neutralize the threat was to acquire the competitor. Now, Facebook makes its money by advertising. By acquiring Instagram, they've got a lot more advertising opportunities, especially to target, as we said, that young person demographic, which was not very popular in Facebook. We know Facebook now mainly for old people. Don't tell anybody, okay? So there was potential to access that younger demographic market, which is valued by advertisers. They also recognized the opportunity in the market. People taking pictures on their mobile phones was a major trend in the market, and they could tap into that trend. So it takes the opportunity. Another major synergy was valuable data. In the SBL exam, we always talk about big data and the strategic value of data collected on customers. So by buying Instagram, they got access to all that data, which they can then use to make better strategic decisions and provide information for the advertisers. Another big selling point at the time for Instagram was their use of photo filters. Wasn't really available on Facebook. So they saw a synergy between the two companies. They can use some of that technology in the target company and use that technology in Facebook. Now, in terms of competition in the market, Facebook were facing a lot of competition from Google. They needed to build their user base, and this was a very fast way to build that user base in the market. So the acquisition did have a clear strategic logic. There was a logic to buying the company. It did take opportunities. It neutralized some threats, and also it provided a clear synergy between the two organizations. So if you're in the SBL exam and you're looking at suitability, try to use SWOT and synergy as the basis for your answer. If we look at acceptability, we're going to focus on risk and return. Now, the price of Instagram was quite high, $1 billion for that company, but it also had a significant potential to boost the revenue and profitability of Facebook. So they looked at the risk and they looked at the return. So whenever you carry out an acquisition, you always focused on what's the risk and what is the potential return. There was a risk potentially from government regulation in terms of competition. Would it affect the competition authority? But Facebook felt it was a risk worth taking. The final step in your suitability, acceptability, and feasibility is looking at the feasibility of the acquisition. Do we have the resources to enable this acquisition to be successful? Facebook had a big pile of cash, so they could easily afford the acquisition cost of $1 billion. They also had the skills of integrating businesses, as they had in the past when they acquired WhatsApp. They had the skill of integrating businesses after acquisition. So it's a technical skill they had, which also was a positive in terms of feasibility. In terms of people, they were able to offer significant packages to the Instagram employees, which helped to retain the talent in that organization. In addition, Facebook had the legal resources to build a successful acquisition and overcome any legal obligation, such as from the competition authority. So overall, it was feasible. And when you talk about feasibility in the SBL exam, does the buyer have the resources to effectively acquire the company? Do they have the physical assets, the human assets, the financial assets, and the branding? So that's what you look for in your SBL examination. In this case, Instagram was a suitable, acceptable, and feasible acquisition target. But when you're in the SBL exam, it's not always a good acquisition. Sometimes they put forward a situation where there are positive and negative points. So where you can in the ACCA SBL exam, try to make positive and negative points in your answer. That's what the examiner's looking for. And don't be afraid to say that the acquisition is not a good idea. But whenever you make a recommendation, always have a clear justification for what you say in the examination. That's very important when you're writing your answer. Don't make a recommendation without a justification. Well, that's a little bit about Facebook and why they acquired Instagram. Please get in touch with me if you're interested to buy a great revision course from me, or you're interested in a longer course which will cover all the syllabus and revision. There is a link in the description of this podcast, which is my mobile phone number. You can just WhatsApp me on that and I'll reply to you and talk about the courses. Maybe we can set up a face-to-face call. So please, if you want to pass SBL, get in touch with me. I'm the person who can help you to get through your SBL exam first time.